The student wants to emphasize a similarity between the two ways a magnificent frigate bird acquires food. I want you to pay attention to this word similarity and the two ways of acquiring food. So let's read the student's note. The magnificent frigate bird is a species of seabird that feeds mainly on fish, tuna, squid, and other small sea animals. So we are talking about this magnificent frigate bird, and it's a seabird, species of seabird. It's unusual among seabirds in that it doesn't dive into the water for prey. So this is important. It doesn't dive. Unlike other seabirds, this magnificent frigate bird doesn't dive into the water for prey. One way it acquires food is by using its hook-tipped bill to snatch prey from the surface of the water. Okay, so that's one way. And the second method is that it acquires food by taking it from weaker birds by force. Such a force. Basically stealing. This behavior is known as kleptoparasitism. Okay? So we need to emphasize the similarity. What's similar about these two ways? They don't get into water. So let's read choice A. A magnificent frigate bird never dives into the water, instead using its hook-tipped bill to snatch prey from the surface. I think the first part would have been okay by itself, but when you mention instead using hook-tipped bill to snatch, it's totally ignoring the second part of this kleptoparasitism. So we can eliminate choice A. Okay, you don't want to just focus on one when you compare it. Neither of a magnificent frigate bird's two ways of acquiring food requires the bird to dive into the water, and that really resonate with line 2. And it doesn't just focus on one method like we saw in choice A, and besides it did mention there are two ways of acquiring food, which is like mentioned in line 4 and 5. And what's important is that neither dive into the water. Okay, so instead of just saying never dives. So I don't know, never seems quite strong here. But regardless, we already said that choice A is wrong by mentioning just one method, because that would go against the word similarity. Alright, B is a kind of good choice here. Let's see if choice C is better. Of the magnificent frigate's two ways, so two ways good, of acquiring food, only one is known as kleptoparasitism. Okay, so just like in choice A, when you just talk about one part, totally disregarding the other, that's away from finding the similarity. So we can eliminate choice C. Choice D, in addition to snatching prey from the water with its hook-tipped bill, a magnificent frigate bird takes food from other birds by force. So D is very tempting because it does talk about two ways. So it's a way 1 or method 1, and this is like method 2. So it does talk about how it obtains food, but it doesn't talk about really what the similarity between these two methods. Okay, we need to mention that it doesn't dive into the water, and that's not mentioned in choice D. Therefore, the correct answer should be B.